you doing? It is gorgeous out here in the woods, man. You know, it's autumn, leaves are on the ground, it's damp underfoot. These beautiful colours, man. The colours this time of year, mate, I love them. I absolutely love them. Don't get better than this, man. For me, it don't get better than this. Just a walk in the woods, the sun is kind of coming in and out behind clouds, and you can feel it. You can feel like there's a difference in the seasons, you know. You feel a move. Something's changing. And I've always loved autumn. I haven't always had language for it or understanding. I think when I was younger, I didn't care about seasons, but now I'm older, I do. Now I'm older, the seasons have become important markers for me. You know, winter, spring, summer, autumn. Those dividing lines in seasons. As you get older, the more seasons you go through, the more you realise that life is all in seasons. There are seasons of maturity that you go through. We all begin as babies, and then we grow up and we go into our teens and our 20s and our 30s. They're seasons, if you like, but then there are seasons of maturity in there, not just physical, biological, but relational. So you begin to have different relationships with people. You get work relationships where you had school relationships. Maybe you get married. Maybe you go into business with someone. You build up different levels of relationship, and there are seasons for that. I have two daughters, and they're both now at secondary school, and I had a season of primary school, of walking them to school and of, you know, packing their lunch and, you know, seeing the parents at the gate. Now I don't know what happens. They leave the house, still packing their blooming lunches, but they leave the house and I don't see them again until like 4 o'clock. I don't know where they go. I don't even know if they're going to school. I don't even know if there's a school in the direction they walk, but they leave. It's a season. And in life, as seasons change, it's sometimes not that easy to determine when you're coming out of one and into another. Like right now, it's easy. Right, leaves are on the ground. The leaves are on the ground. They've fallen off the trees. The nights, it's now sunset at like 6 o'clock. It's misty of a morning. It's very easy to go, it isn't summer anymore. It's very easy to go, we've gone from summer to autumn, you know? But in life, seasons aren't always so easy to identify. They're not so easy to identify. There's a great talk by a guy called Paul Scanlon, who used to be a church pastor, but now is an international speaker, teaches people how to communicate. He's now an actor as well. Great guy. And originally from Yorkshire, I think. He does a great talk. You can look it up on YouTube if you want. It's called The Fifth Season. And he talks about a season of transition, going from one season to another. You know, that it's not just winter, spring, summer, whatever. It's not just the 4 seasons. There is other things that go on, transitions in life. And he talks about, he gives the example in this of talking about when babies are born, of there being 3 people involved in a birth: the baby, the mum, and the midwife. And he said there is a glut of babies, people who, you know, maybe things are changing for the baby. He's about to get pushed through a very small hole, and he's like maybe not very comfortable about it, not very happy about it. He's going to come out crying. There's the mother who's very happy, wants to see the baby, has been waiting months. And then there's the midwife, who's really the only person in the room who, although they're in it, they can be a little bit objective because it's their trade, if you like, and they can help both the baby and the mother understand the transition that's going on. And he says, so there's a glut of mothers, there's a glut of babies, but there aren't many midwives. And he says, you know, I want to be a midwife, or I want to, you know, play midwife for you. And part of what I want to do, I guess, after listening to him, I love that guy, I'm not afraid to crib. Anyway, yeah, so my aim is to be something of a midwife for you today, because it is hard to tell the difference, the seams between one season and another. So I thought it'd be good for me to lay it out. So one of the ways you can know when you're coming out of one season or another, and it could be relational, it could be work related, whatever it is. One thing is, I think, and this isn't across the board a marker, but this is one of the ingredients, right? Life can become a real sludge. Now, I don't mean like Monday morning, I don't mean like I'm a bit tired, I'd rather be home, you know, in my pajamas eating peanut butter right now, but like a real continual, for weeks or maybe months at an end, the thing that you previously had energy for is gone. So you had energy for something, for a task, for a job, whatever it is, for a hobby, whatever, and somehow you lose your mojo in the middle of it. That can be a sign that the season is coming to an end. What was once like gave you joy doesn't do it anymore, so it just goes away. You know, it's like when you can be as tired as anything, but if the opportunity to do the thing you love comes up at like midnight, you'll jump on a train, you'll go there, and you'll do it, okay? Because passion gives power, and within seasons, sometimes the way you know when a season is changing is you have a deep sense of lethargy, I guess, around that thing that you previously loved. So that can be a sign the season's coming to a close. Maybe deep hunger for something else, in the sense of not just, maybe you're fine with where you are, but actually what happens is you begin to long for some other pasture. You begin to think, oh, I wish I could do this, I wish I could do that. That can be a marker of seasonal change. Sometimes seasons can just be, they can declare themselves actually, and sometimes we just have to be honest enough, you know. Sometimes a season comes and it obliterates everything, so you're just no longer allowed to function. At the moment in our house, I think we probably need to move, man. Our house has reached capacity. There is a season that we've had our house, we've been there for like 13 years, and it was great, and it was really a beautiful house. But now, heading into 2 teenage children, it's too small. The season of that house is done. So sometimes you lose energy for something. You get more passionate about a field somewhere else. And then you feel a squeeze. You just feel a squeeze somewhere in your life. For me, when I changed a while ago, I was a pastor for 15 years, and I stepped out of that in 2020. And part of what did that for me, it was a series of events really, but there was a deep sense of I'm not myself in this role, this job. Just a deep sense of like, I'm going to have to pretend. If I carry on with this, I'm going to have to pretend to be something I'm not. I felt like, not an imposter, because I was good. I was all right at my job. I enjoyed it. I was pretty good. But just a sense of like, this isn't me anymore. The leaves have fallen off the trees. You know, the season is changing. So maybe you get a sense of that. Maybe in the things you're doing and your life as it's set up at the moment, you just feel like, oh, this doesn't fit me. I feel like I'm having to be someone I'm not. Or rather, I can't be who I really am. Autumn cannot be spring. It cannot be. If this forest, glorious place that it is, if this forest decided to drop its leaves in May, it would not be welcome. Wrong season. Wrong season. It has to be true to itself. So maybe there's that for you. Maybe in your job or relationships or something, in your finances, in your health, in your stage of life, maybe there's a season change and you've been fighting it maybe because you want to stay in whatever season it was. I love summer, partly because I can just wear shorts and a t-shirt and don't have to think about getting dressed every day. Just what are you going to wear? Shorts, t-shirt. I love it. Don't have to wrap up, don't have to plan. You wear flip-flops, you do what you got to do. I love that. And I eke that out for as long as possible. If I had my way, I'd still be wearing shorts, flip-flops and a t-shirt in November, but the seasons won't allow me. I would look weird. Season change, transition. If only life was as clear as nature, we'd understand the delineation between one season and another largely, but it's not. So let me be that midwife for you. In your life, if things are becoming a drudge, and not just because you're having a hard week, because you're tired, because you're eating wrong, sleeping wrong, whatever, but it's really becoming a sludge. If you have passion for something else. Something else is filling your mind and your affections, okay? And that could be a job, and that could be just a way of living, or a set of friends or activities you want to do. If you feel like you are having to, it's just not you anymore, and you feel like having to pretend in order to carry on in whatever mode that is, that's another sign a season is changing. But this, and something about autumn, make sure if you are in a quandary at the moment, try and wangle some time. Great if you can get some time out of work and responsibility for a couple of hours. But if not, do it the weekend. Do it you got to do it during the day, because the nights come in so quickly. The darkness. Get out in nature and walk around amongst the leaves. Walk around in a bit of the autumn sunlight and just acknowledge the fact that seasons come to an end. Walk around on the forest floor and get your feet amongst all the things that have fallen, the things that had use but now are useless, things that fitted one season and don't fit it anymore. These trees need to drop their leaves. They need to hibernate a little bit until it's time in another season to spring forth with a whole bunch of other leaves that'll still be the same tree but different leaves. I don't know, man. Kind of just felt like telling this. I've been taking lots of walks out here with the dog, and just these are things I've been thinking about. Anyway, bless you guys. Have a great day, whatever you're doing. And if you are in one of these transitions, give it some space in your life. Think about it. Write down some stuff. Take a walk. Do what you got to do. Anyway, that's it, man. Weird bird or something, man. Look at my dog. Look at this savage making like a massive mark in the forest where he's just running around in circles.